So can the momentum for the sector continue despite a tumultuous start to the week? Joining me now is Toney of Plexo Capital. He's a CNBC contributor. It's good to see you. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
I mean, it's been a tumultuous, 6 weeks, 5.5 weeks, really, because July wasn't good to that trade at all. Just what do you make of where we've corrected to for some of these mega cap names?
Well, everyone was taking a look at where earnings are playing out. There's so much enthusiasm around AI, and as we continue to see more data and proof points around not only the experimentation, which a lot of companies almost need to do as a way to make sure that they don't get blindsided, but we're now starting to also see the deployment of AI, not only in companies that we would expect to see, like the Microsofts, the Alphabets of the world, but we're starting to see other companies integrate the technology and moving away from pure experimentation to actual deployment into more efficiencies in their operations and better experiences on the front end, the user experience side.
Are we now going to scrutinize the spending on AI in ways that we hadn't in prior quarters? Because that feels like what's taken place after these most recent earnings reports.
Yeah, I think that's next, and that's the logical step. I think, everyone has been talking so much about it without giving anyone, the retail especially, but even the analysts, the ability to kind of peel the onion back a little bit and understand what's really happening inside of these companies. Now, when I talk to my network, who have now, a lot of them have moved on to senior positions within, CTOs and CIOs of big companies, what I'm hearing is that initially, especially the early part of this year, latter part of 23, again, a lot of it was experimentation because no one wanted to be caught blindsided. Now, when I'm returning back to them, they're saying, hey, Lo, you know what? We're actually now starting to deploy some of this, and we're feeling really good about the results that we're seeing. So I think we'll, again, begin to see more and more proof points. I think we'll see the analysts prying in, and I think we'll see the companies that are actually benefiting be willing to start to show the fruits of that labor.
Do you think through the tumult in the space most recently that valuations have corrected to a more reasonable place, or do you feel like that has more room to go? We are across the board, much lower than we were on a 10-year historical basis, let's say, for the forward PEs of all of the names.
Yeah, I think, look, here's the challenge. The companies that comprise the bulk of the market cap are the Magnificent Seven. And if you look at those companies, since there are very few pure play opportunities, the Magnificent Seven is going to get most of the attention because that's where people feel the benefits will accrue. And so those are always going to outpace. I think people are looking for these earnings to catch up a little bit and even just take a breather. I mean, these companies are like taking on so much investor interest, rightfully so, because, again, I always like to say these opportunities are so large, and often we underestimate how large they actually are and how quickly we can get there. And we're moving very fast on AI, and this opportunity looks really large.